head to Parliament, where there are new chairs for our members of Parliament. Months after a set of chairs bought for the House sparked a lot of controversy. The Deputy Majority Whip told Joy News that this is in response to complaints by the MPs and the General about the durability and size of the chairs. Joy News' Manolante has more.
Parliament underwent a facelift a few months ago, which brought about a huge debate on the new furniture which was procured from China. This is how the old furniture looked like. It was tall, bigger, and occupied more space, making movements in the chamber a bit clumsy. But now, this is how the new chairs of Parliament looks like. They look shorter in terms of height and smaller in size, allowing free and easier movement in the chamber. It also makes viewing a bit easier for the shorter members. Deputy Majority Whip Ahmed Ibrahim confirmed the change to Joy News and said this did not come with an extra cost and that it falls within the warranty period of the purchasing contract of the old chairs.
You know, it all had to do with the height. And clearly, under the contract, the warranty was that if anything happened within that period, they should be changed free of charge, and that is what has happened. So Ghanaians have not incurred any additional cost. What Parliament was looking for to make sure that, my brother, what you supplied under 2-year warranty, within the 2 years, these are the comments and these are the problems that we have with them. So better agree with the contractual agreement that was signed, and they've been changed. And I think that is enough for us. In terms of durability, you know, the problems had to do with the handles and how they were both and not on the handle. But if you look at this, you could see that these are very robust, and there is nothing like bottom then and that kind of thing. So these are more durable. And I believe that if you look at the chamber view, clearly there's a change. And I think these are better. If the contractor had made profits, that would have been him. And therefore, if he has to change at his own cost, that is the cost and the burden of the contractor. Once he's replacing this, Parliament has no power to say that once you are replacing, bring the old one. It means he may end up giving you both the old and the new. That wasn't it. The contract was that should anything happen within the warranty period, he has to change. And that is what he has done.
Some MPs who spoke to Joy News said they prefer this furniture to the old one.
This time the chairs, we feel a bit comfortable with these chairs because apart from the fact that they are short, they also look very strong. And when you sit on them, you feel very comfortable. It makes us very capable of doing the work that we are expected to do because it's part of the process. Those ones were not as strong as this. Apart from that, those who were sitting behind could not see well because the back was a bit tall.
I think it's okay. I think it's more convenient and, you know, as it were, comfortable than the other. The other one was a bit broad, and then with space, you know, trying to walk past a colleague was a bit difficult. So we are happy that members' complaints have been listened to.
We came on Tuesday to be greeted with our new look chamber. As you're saying, the chairs have been changed. These are smaller sizes. It makes movement more easier and comfortable than it used to be.
Right then, so that report was put together by Manolante. I'm sure that for the chairs they're sitting on now, be a bit more, as the MP put it, very robustic for them in the House today. We'll see how that plays out and how durable these chairs will be in Ghana's Parliament. Now, we've just received a statement from the University of Ghana. There's been a change at the top for their leadership. Let me read that statement to you right about now. It's a notice we've just received from the Office of the Registrar of the University of Ghana. It says that it is announced for the information of the university community and the general public that the Council of the University of its 238th special meeting held on the 19th of May appointed Professor Kwesi Obri-Danso as the Vice Chancellor of the University for a 4-year term of office with effect from the 1st of August 2016 to the 31st of July 2020. Professor Obri-Danso holds a bachelor's degree in biological sciences and an MPhil in food microbiology from the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, KNUST, and a PhD in Environmental Microbiology from Lancaster University, United Kingdom. Professor Obridanso is currently the provost of the College of Science at the KNUST. Interesting. So if you didn't know, the news is that the University of Ghana now has a new vice chancellor. Sorry, correction. That's actually for the KNUST, I beg your pardon. That has a new vice chancellor, Professor Kwesi Obridanso. He's now the vice chancellor at the university. Right then, so that's a bit of information for you coming from the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. They have a new vice chancellor. He takes office from the 1st of August this year. His tenure ends on the 31st of July 2020. We can only wish him well in his new appointment. Let's go back to the Electoral Commission. We know the Inter-Party Advisory Committee has been meeting today. The political parties are meeting the Electoral Commission on so many other concerns they had on the agenda today. Let's go back to Joseph Opoku-Gakpo, who's been following that meeting for an update. Joseph, what has been discussed so far? What do we know?
Francis, what we've gathered from the meeting is that the conversation thus far has focused on the limited voter registration exercise that ended recently. The EC boss, Charlotte Osei, who is chairing the meeting alongside all her commissioners, have been telling the representatives of the political parties that from the figures that they have, there were up to 19,000 challenges that came up during the registration exercise. And then she made the point that all of these challenges that came up are actually being resolved at the district level with the committees that have been set up to look into these concerns about people who actually were not supposed to register but managed to get their names on the register. And she's been assuring the political parties that those who don't deserve to be there will definitely not find their names there. She's also been talking about multiple registration, and she makes reference to a system they call the adjudicated system, which comprises some work that the personnel will use some software to do, and that will help identify persons who have registered already but have managed to get their names onto the register again this time around. She says that the system is foolproof and it will be able to do the detection. And she's been explaining to the political parties that when the time is right for them to get that process on, they'll invite them as well as the various civil society groups to help identify those people who registered and did the multiple registration so that then their names will be taken out of the register. She's also been commenting on how the exercise went generally. She said majority of the software and equipment that they used worked effectively, although there were some minor hitches with the exercise that went on. And she's been assuring that with the upcoming voter exhibition exercise, they will take that opportunity to ensure that they will prepare the equipment adequately for the upcoming election in 2016 as well. So those are some of the details that I imagined from the meeting, which is still ongoing here at the EC headquarters.
Okay, Joseph, apart from the EC's analysis of what has happened during the limited voter registration exercise, what's been the response of the parties to some of the concerns that were raised about some people unable to register during the period?
Well, essentially, for now, it's just been a briefing from the Electoral Commission team to the members who are gathered for the meeting. It will take some time before then the different political party representatives will then be given the opportunity to ask questions and make contributions to the discussions that are ongoing here. So we've not yet gathered anything on what the reaction from the political parties have been.
All right, thank you, Joseph. Keeping an eye on that meeting of the Inter-Party Advisory Committee at the Electoral Commission headquarters. They're discussing the limited voter registration exercise, the fallout from it. The EC has been rolling out what their assessment or results are for the exercise that took place some 2 weeks ago and what their own assessment has been, what they will do moving forward. Joseph tells us that the political parties, after the EC is done with their presentation, will go ahead and ask questions relating to that exercise and get some clarity on what happened during those 10 days of the limited voter registration exercise. We'll bring an update on that just before we wrap up the show here on The Pulse. But right now, we can go for a break. When we come back, Gary L. Smith has the latest in sports for us here on The Pulse. Stay with us.